Hello and welcome in. So it is time for these first looks of these character show, well, not character showcases, but the character kits. And stay tuned, we will be having some showcases of these characters very soon. So if you're not already subscribed and you don't want to miss out, make sure you get subscribed and hang around because these videos will be coming out. But for a start, let's have a look over his kit and let's see what he's going to be doing. His basic is going to be a multiple hitting basic, so kind of like how we see Stitch and the likes of going hitting. He's going to hit 3 times like Zurg, and then if he has haste, he will do an additional follow-up attack. And then when you level him up, he's got extra chance. The follow-up attack has 15% chance to extend the duration of haste, and guaranteed if it gets a crit. So what that is kind of going to be saying is that if he's going to be getting haste, which is kind of how his kit is going to be built around, you want to have haste at the start of the turn. Boom, he's going to extend it so you're going to have haste next turn. So if you're doing your basic, he's going to go fast, quick turns, so he's going to get attack, and then boom, his ability is going to be charged because he's going to be powering through his turns really fast, like really fast. And then when you level him all the way up to the top, each crit increases his critical hit chance by 5%. So what that's going to say, if he's hitting 3 times, it's going to be 5, 10, 15%, and then he's going to have bonus 15% crit chance for that last hit. So if it crits, he's going to extend that haste. So it's just more ways when he's max, he's going to be just, as I said, going to get haste, going to power himself through to do more basics, to get more turns in, to then get his abilities refreshed. And before we go looking at the rest of his abilities, let us check his stats quickly, because he starts with a basic 110 speed at max top level. He is the fastest character in game that we are currently seeing, and that is just crazy. Super fast support, and then when you see his kit, it's got to dealings with haste. Wow. So that leads us into his special right here. His first special, grant this character haste. So he's going to give himself haste. So what he's going to do, every single time he's doing something, he's going to be having his next turn so fast. So if this character already has haste, then this character and adjacent teammates gain one of the following buffs. So they're going to get offense up, critical chance up, crit power up, tactics, or unstoppable. So they're going to get one of those. So it's a little bit of a who knows what you're going to get. But to be honest, all of these buffs are amazing. Offense up, boom, doing far more damage. Critical chance up, boom, hitting crits, doing more damage. Crit power up, boom, when you're hitting crits, doing far more damage. And then tactics is amazing. We know how good tactics is. And then unstoppable is just so good, especially against like the sleep meta. Although that should be changing, but other things that would be stopping you, it is amazing. So then we look here at the leveling up of his kit. Is going to be this, if this character has haste, so just like the basic, if he has haste, so it's going to be at the start of his turn, grant 10% speed meter to this character and adjacent characters. So not only when his turn pops around, if he has haste, and then you use this, all the adjacent characters around him are going to get more speed, boom, push them up, get them more turns, as well as whatever other buffs that they're going to be getting. So that is going to go, hey, here's some buffs, and get closer to having your turn, which is great. And I love this for team building and positioning when you're building your teams. This kind of stuff is amazing and makes you think and makes you choose who you want to have next to who, what the strategy of your team is going to be, and I love that kind of stuff. And then at max, it's going to be extra 5% speed meter increase. So it's going to be 15% speed meter increase, which is fairly good, especially for 2 other characters or 3 characters, potentially. That is pretty amazing. So let's jump into his next special. Deal a decent amount of damage, which is actually a decent amount of damage. And then if this character has haste, so nearly everything he has is if he has haste. Deal more damage, the same amount of damage to adjacent opponents. So hit the main and the adjacents. And then extend one helpful effect, excluding taunt, on a random adjacent teammate. So depending who is your teammate, boom, extend one of their buffs, which can be pretty amazing, seeing those kind of buffs that we are seeing going around. You can also manipulate that in your team building by choosing who you want to have next to him, and then choosing to do this ability just at the right time when you've given the whatever ability that you want next to him. I'm just going to say there's a lot of ways you can do this. Some doing builds like Barley builds, where you're going to be giving the crit chance and crit power up and extending those. His buffs are a little bit on the fluctuating side, but being able to have someone who just guarantees those, and then you can put them in the adjacent spot to then increase them and extend those effects, amazing. Give them to characters like Sheriff, Elsa, Scrooge, who thrive and live off buffs. Those will just do amazing things here. And then you can also do things maybe a little bit out of the ordinary, like Maui. Put Maui adjacent next to him. Yes, you can't extend a taunt, but what happens when he gains his taunt? He also gains invincibility. If you can't extend the taunt, you're definitely going to be extending the invincibility. So things like that, like team building gold, that is it's only just a fraction of the things that you can do with him, and the plans that you can have to maximize this ability are just amazing. So if you want to see more of those types of builds and things like that, then definitely stick around. If you have all of these characters up and ready to use, and you want to help me out, because I don't have my Maui unlocked and things like that, if you have these characters, if you're whaling, if you're spending, if you've got these characters, and you want to try some of these things and have me build some teams for you to use, get in touch on my Discord. Links are in the description below, and I'd love to hear from you all, and to try and build some of these and maybe get a video in action if you want to be on a video. So get in touch if that is you. When you level this up, it does more damage and then plus one helpful effect. So you can get 2 helpful effects extended. That's going to be amazing. Like I said, with Barley, the crit power and crit chance, things like that, those are going to be wild. And teams are going to be just shredding. So I can't wait to see him in action and get doing some of this. And he just looks so cool. Look at that. Anyway, moving on to his passive. Hot stuff coming through on turn end. So when he finishes his turn, if Hermes has haste, so yet again, all this haste functionality, and at least one teammate do the following. So it has to be him and somebody else have haste. Grant haste for 1 turn to a random teammate. I wish it was a random teammate without haste, because that would at least help spread it around. If it's got him and someone else who has haste, that means there's only 3 other options. It's only just over 50% chance that the right character is going to get haste. So, hey, gotta live and you learn, I suppose, with that, and it's going to be once at the end of the turn anyway. But grant this character 10% speed meter, so he'll be getting 10% speed meter when it happens, so more him just getting more turn, or it might be the person who he's targeting gets the speed meter. So that's going to go up to 20%, and then if that target is a mythical, if the teammate is a mythical, so this makes me think it might even just be whoever the target is, grant this character, so it'll be grant haste and then grant this character. That's the way they add on to it. So if there is a mythical, it's going to get them 5% speed meter for each helpful effect on them, max to 3. So extra 15%. So when you're at 20%, you're going to be looking at 30% speed meter. That is pretty amazing. Just giving speed meter on there. Haste on top of it is going to be helping them go faster too. So this is wild stuff. Wild stuff. A lot of potential for him. You can also run him with other characters like Anna, who just haste spread it around. Guarantee you can you can feed him haste and things like that. So that in itself could be good. Now, be pretty average on the side of giving Anna some of those buffs, but to guarantee the haste to do whatever else you want, it's going to depend on your team building, if you want that or not. If you're running him with her, and Elsa as well, just as a straight support because you want to be able to give those other things, then maybe that's doable, or worthwhile. It's going to pay off. You're gonna have to see about that, but definitely there is a lot to like about Hermes. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below, and I can't wait to hear from you guys. This is looking wild. I can't wait to see what the new characters are like as well. And thank you all for being here for me. And I'm gonna end this on my Patreons. Those who, not even just my Patreons, those who have supported me on Twitch. All the links are in the description below. Discord, Twitch, and Patreon. So if you want to support me in any of those ways, I'd love to have you guys support. And even if you're just going to get down there in the comments below, that is support I appreciate too. Sharing the videos around to whoever wants to see these, I appreciate it. But that being said, let's have a word from people who sponsor me. And, well, not sponsor me, but support me. And let's give them some love.